Will Smith sat in silence for several minutes after watching the movie. Stevie Wonder reportedly held a young man's face in his hands and began to cry. LaToya Jackson, Michael's own sister, said she almost forgot she was watching her nephew. Katherine Jackson, Michael's mother, watched her grandson turn into the son she lost. Paris Jackson, who was only 11 when her father passed away, watched a film that brought his entire life back to the screen.
That was, who are they going to get to play Michael? And honestly, I didn't think of myself. I was like, this is going to be really interesting. Yeah. Because I didn't know. So fast forward a couple of months, I get a call from Grant King. He wanted to have a Zoom. And I can tell just by that call what this was going to lead to in some way. And then one thing led to the other. We had lunch.
The Michael biopic had one very difficult job. It had to bring back one of the most famous entertainers in history and make people believe what they were seeing. When the lights went down and the movie started, nobody was fully ready for the emotion that was about to hit them. Will Smith knew Michael Jackson personally. He looked up to him for years. But when he saw Jaafar on that screen, it clearly affected him deeply. He did not even wait to leave the theater before posting a story with only 2 words. I am speechless. And coming from Will Smith, that says a lot. Will is one of the biggest movie stars in the world. He has acted in huge films, serious dramas, and award-winning projects. He understands strong acting because he has spent his life doing it.
Get to him in the crowd. And I'm like, the day is going by and I'm like, yo, I'm about to go this whole award show and I'm not gonna meet my idol. I was like, I gotta meet Mike. So they call me and they take me back and I'm about to present my award and I see him and he's across the room. And I was like, a path. And I was like, oh, I'm about to meet Mike. I'm about to meet Mike. And then all of a sudden you see the crowd start to go into a little bit of a frenzy. And my security comes over and they grab me and like, you gotta move, we gotta move. And I'm like, no, I gotta meet Mike. They were like, sir, we gotta move now.
So when Will walked into a screening of Michael, he was not just watching another film. He was watching someone step into the role of his idol. Snoop Dogg has been part of the entertainment world for more than 30 years. He has worked with legends, seen the music business up close, and experienced nearly every side of the industry.
Me and Mike was family.
Yeah.
His family, my family love each other. We have a record that never came out together. We never had issues.
Snoop grew up in Long Beach, California, during the time when Michael Jackson was dominating the world. For Snoop's generation, Michael was not just a singer. He was the example of how powerful Black excellence could look on a global stage. After seeing the movie, Snoop said Jaafar did not only look like Michael, he moved like him. He carried himself like him. He even had that same energy.
When I seen the Michael Jackson movie, that was inspiring.
Yeah.
It was very inspiring because it was great storytelling, the cinematics, the acting, the believability, and, you know, nephew becoming Mike, and just the performances and all of that shit that just was exciting to see. It was a spark. It put a spark in me.
When someone like Snoop Dogg uses a word like spark, that is not something small. This is a man who has stood beside some of the greatest artists alive. So for him to say that watching this young man become his idol on screen gave him that feeling, it shows just how powerful Jaafar's performance was inside that theater.
You have absolutely no idea. I mean, Michael was one of the most loved people in the world.
Yes.
And
yes.
LaToya Jackson is Michael's older sister. She grew up in the same home with him. She saw him rehearse as a child. She knew his smile, his movements, his habits, and even the way he carried sadness in his body. She admitted that she was nervous before watching the biopic. She knew it would be emotional, and she was not sure if she was prepared for it. But then Jaafar appeared on screen.
Jaafar is absolutely excellent in this movie. He did a fabulous job. And what's so just amazing to me is that I forgot I was watching Jaafar. I actually thought I was watching my brother. So that showed he delivered on his part.
What does your mother think of the movie? Has she had a chance to see it?
Mother has seen it, and Mother's here tonight. She's not doing the carpet, but she's here tonight. She loves it. She felt and really thought Jaafar did an excellent.
LaToya said she honestly felt like she was watching her brother again. Then she said Michael was somewhere smiling. That was not just a simple movie review. That was a sister speaking from her heart. Stevie Wonder and Michael Jackson were real friends. Both of them became stars when they were very young. Both grew up inside the Motown world, and both understood what it meant to carry rare talent as both a blessing and a heavy responsibility.
Very, very special to the world, to his family, and to his friends. we've lost as Michael Jackson.
After a private screening of the film, Stevie reportedly asked to meet Jaafar. There were no official cameras planned, but people who were there saw what happened. When people heard that Stevie Wonder was sitting in the theater, many started talking about it. He cannot see, and he has never been able to see, but he was still there, right in front, taking in the moment in his own way. That alone shows how much Michael Jackson meant to the people who truly knew him. Reports say Stevie slowly walked toward Jaafar. He reached out, placed both hands on his face, and then pulled him into a long hug that lasted nearly 20 seconds. He leaned in and whispered something into Jaafar's ear. After that, Jaafar began to cry. Nobody knows exactly what Stevie said, but whatever those words were, they clearly touched Jaafar in a deep way. It was a man who knew Michael, standing there with Michael's nephew, passing along a feeling that words cannot fully explain. Then there is Michael's close friend, Chris Tucker. In 2001, Chris appeared with Michael in the You Rock My World music video, one of Michael's last major creative moments. Chris was part of Michael's world. He saw the man up close.
Ow! You gotta go see the Michael movie, man. I done saw it twice. I'm going back to see it again. It's the best movie I ever saw after Rush Hour. I mean, it's a great movie. Go see the Michael movie, my boy MJ, Michael Jackson movie, Off the Chain. Great movie.
So when someone who personally knew Michael says the biopic is one of the best films he has ever seen, that opinion carries real meaning.
Second time. That was my second time. This is her first time. Y'all gonna enjoy? Did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it.
It was off the chain, right?
It was crazy.
It was like, come
It was crazy.
How'd you like the Michael movie?
I loved it.
Wasn't it good?
I loved it from start to finish.
Me too.
I'm not gonna say that because she hasn't seen it yet, but
Yeah, you gotta. I want to go see it again with a bigger audience, so I can be dancing in there and I can talk the way I want to talk in here. All right, well, nice to meet you.
Chris saw the movie twice, then went back and watched it a third time. He told his followers to go see it without any doubt. That was not a forced reaction. It was pure excitement from someone who could have been very critical, but instead walked away deeply moved. Usher Raymond also grew up watching Michael Jackson. He has always said Michael was one of the main reasons he learned what it really means to be a performer. For Usher, performing is not only about singing, it is about creating moments, telling a story through movement, and giving every small detail of yourself on stage.
To actually dance for and with Michael. I can remember rehearsals, and I mean, I don't normally go all out in rehearsals, dude. I was going all out, singing at the top of my lungs, dancing harder than I've ever danced, sweating, flying all over the room. He was like, man, you really have a talent. That was one of the greatest compliments that I could ever get. Wow.
Usher performed at Michael's famous 30th anniversary concert in 2001. He shared a stage with the man himself. Director Antoine Fuqua, who also directed one of Usher's early music videos, personally invited him to the premiere. Usher said you could feel the love, care, and respect for Michael in every part of the film. He called it a beautiful reminder of why Michael will never be forgotten. Coming from one major performer to another, that kind of praise feels different. Jackie Jackson is one of Michael's older brothers.
Couldn't believe it. I got so emotional because he became Michael on that screen, and it brought tears to my eyes. I couldn't believe it. He's incredible.
And one of the original members of the Jackson 5. Jackie was there from the beginning. He stood on stage beside Michael when they were children. He watched his younger brother grow from a boy in Gary, Indiana, into the most famous entertainer the world had ever seen.
To know that the legacy, the Jackson family legacy, continues on.
I start crying because I did when I saw it. I couldn't believe it.
Really? What was the part of the film that made you so emotional?
Just watching Jaafar up there do his thing, and I'm thinking I'm watching my brother up there, but I'm watching my nephew.
And now Jackie watched his nephew take on that same role on screen. Whatever Jackie felt while watching Jaafar, it came from a very personal place. And it went all the way back to that small home in Gary, where the brothers practiced until their feet hurt. But the most powerful reaction may have come from Katherine Jackson, Michael's mother.
I discovered that Michael was very talented when he was just about 2 or 3 years old. Michael had a lot of rhythm, and he loved to dance. I think he was born dancing.
Katherine raised 9 children and watched one of them change the world. She was the first person to hear Michael sing. She was the first person to watch him dance. She lost him in 2009. So watching her grandson Jaafar play her son, getting the movements right, the voice right, and the feeling right, is bigger than a normal conversation about acting or movies.
A chance to see it?
Mother has seen it, and Mother's here tonight. She's not doing the carpet, but she's here tonight. She loves it. She felt and really thought Jaafar did an excellent job.
The film was phenomenal. I said, really, Grandma? Like, you really think so? Said, you were so good.
Oh,
You were so good.
Whatever Catherine felt inside that theater, it must have been one of the deepest experiences this film could have created for anyone. Paris Jackson is Michael's daughter. She was only 11 years old when her father died. She has spent her adult life trying to live as her own person, while also being the child of one of the most famous people in history. She has built her own career, her own identity, and her own voice, while still carrying the weight of who her father was and how suddenly he was taken from her.
So I just like butt it out, and I've left it alone because it's not my project. So, they're gonna make whatever they're gonna make. A big reason why I haven't said anything up until this point is because I know a lot of you guys are gonna be happy with it. Like, a big section. The film panders to a very specific section of my dad's fandom that still lives in the fantasy.
Paris publicly stepped away from the project and made it clear that she was not truly involved with it. She later said that after reading parts of the script, she felt the movie avoided some uncomfortable truths and made her father's life look too polished. And then there were the fans. Not celebrities, not Hollywood insiders, not people with red carpet access or publicists, just regular people who had loved Michael Jackson for most of their lives. People who played his albums again and again when they were young. But people who learned the Thriller dance in their rooms. People who cried when they heard the news in 2009. They walked into dark theaters hoping, even for a moment, to feel something they thought was gone forever.
Cut this out. I'm done. Take me out.
After watching the film, they posted reactions from parking lots, from cars, from phones sitting on dashboards, and from bathroom mirrors at home. Some of them could barely talk. Some laughed while crying. Some just sat quietly, staring into space, trying to understand what they had just experienced.
Oh, God! Don't Jackson, you gonna die. You're not already dead. Nigga, like, oh, my damn home.
Listen, who is it?
I get it.
Is it my brother?
But not enough people told him he was great.
That's
That's
true.
why he's gone. When you think about it, no, like that.
Matumayak si Daddy sa Michael Jackson movie.
Hindi, bawat kanta.
Parang yung pinanood natin sa Broadway. Gusto ko yun.
Yan din, I'm bad.
These kinds of reactions usually do not make it into big entertainment magazines. They are not always shown on television news, but in many ways they may be the most honest reactions of all. These people simply loved Michael Jackson, and for a few hours inside that theater, they felt like he was back. Now I want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. What was your reaction when you saw Jaafar become Michael? And if you have not seen the movie yet, which reaction made you want to watch it the most?